so I've been doing this for 3 years now, and I've learned a lot about not just being an entrepreneur, but about leadership and teamwork and whatnot. And so I thought it would be nice to share maybe 3 really important lessons that I've learned starting a company that I really do think apply to anything that you might be doing. So lesson number 1 is to be a really great leader, you actually also have to be a really great salesperson. And sales gets a lot of negative connotation, but if you really think about it, sales is really important to leading a team. So, as a CEO of a company, I have to always sell to new employees and new hires. So I have to sell our vision. I have to create such a compelling value proposition I'm working here instead of, say, someone working at Facebook or Amazon and Google, right? Why should they come here and get paid less instead of going to a much well-known company that everyone's actually heard of? So we have to sell new team members on our company and our vision. When we raise capital from investors, these are really smart, successful people. And again, we have to sell them on our vision, on our business plan to achieve it, on the capabilities of our team. And then lastly, we also have to sell to customers who are hospitals. And the challenging thing for us is that what we're doing is such a novel experience that it's not a real product category in the hospital. It's not like an EHR where there's a clear line item, they're looking for one. And so we have to sell our vision to the hospital and say, hey, here's what we can do with you together. Here's the future that we can build. And so my point being that no matter what you're doing, you're always selling. And whether you're a politician who has to sell your ideas to citizens, or whether you're a healthcare professional trying to sell to your colleagues a better way to care for your patients, selling is an incredibly important skill to be good at. Secondly, we learned that ideas are a dime a dozen, but execution is absolutely everything. So let's say you came up with this really great new business idea, and you think it's really unique, proprietary. You want to go raise some money from investors to get it going, and you get a chance to meet with an investor. You sit down and you tell the investor, hey, I have a really unique idea. Here's my NDA, my non-disclosure agreement. Please sign it before I start telling you my idea. Any good investor will get up and walk right out of the room. And that's because the job of investors is to spend all their time talking to entrepreneurs, talking about new ideas, that frankly, whatever idea you tell them, they've probably heard it before or some variant of it. And the truth of the ideas is that, number 1, no matter any idea you come up with, it is super likely that someone else has thought of something similar. You're not that special, I'm not that special, ideas are out there. And number 2 is that your idea is going to change over time anyways. And so what separates just an idea from a really great invention or innovation is really good execution on that idea. So, the really easy examples are, Google was not the first engine, Facebook was not the first social network, Apple definitely didn't make the first smartphone, but they're world-class in what they do because they executed on their idea better than everyone else. And so it doesn't matter if someone else already has the idea that you're trying to do, if you execute really well on it, and the last lesson I'm going to share is that we've come to learn that everything is a numbers game, and just not giving up is already half the battle. So, when we reach out to surgeons in hospitals, we get ignored the vast majority of the time. If you think it's hard to get hold of a surgeon if you're working with them in research, imagine if they have no idea who you are and you're trying to pitch something to them. You get rejected most of the time. But once we got one surgeon, we knew we could get 5. And once we get 5, we knew we could probably get 10, because unless the first person is just crazy, other people exist who share that idea, right? And same thing when you're raising money from investors. If we could get 1, you can get 5. You get 5, you can get 10. And so as an entrepreneur, you get very, very comfortable with rejection. And the truth is that if you give up too soon, you don't realize the yeses that will come. And so we come to realize that the world is enormous, and if you search far and wide enough, you will find people who support and believe in your vision and your idea. So really, my main message today is just, if you're resilient, if you're persistent, if you don't give up and you execute the best that you can on whatever your plan is, you will be successful no matter what if you give it enough time. for taking the time. I was already an enjoyable evening to listen to this stuff. And thank you again to the eConsultants team for putting on such a fantastic event. And I look forward to getting to know more of you for the rest of the evening. Thanks.